What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices, going over to scoresandodds.com. Get signed up where you got picks from me, Meansy, Cardi, all the greats. Plus, you get access to this nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we project for each individual prop, plus where the best odds are for that prop. Like Steph Curry, we project for 5.3 3-pointers. Over 3.5 at minus 115 is the best line over at PointsBet. Plus, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge, where you can see exactly what I bet every single day and where the best line is at for where I bet it. Like you can see here, I just bet Draymond. You can get it over 0.53s at plus 164 on Superbook or plus 155 over at DK if you don't have Superbook in your town. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of different sports going on today. A lot of bets. Some of them from a few days ago that still hold true. Some of them might be stale at this point, but we're just going to break right into it. We'll start off with hockey, since it doesn't take long for me to explain my hockey bets. I don't know much about hockey, but I keep winning money. Just going off of offshore lines, really simple. Nathan McKinnon, over 4.5 shots on goal, minus 125 at DK. Seems like a lot, but I trust offshore sportsbook. Evan Bouchard, under 2.5 shots on goal, minus 120 over at DK. Again, I don't know what I'm doing here, but NHL has treated me pretty well so far. I'm just making money. That's what I'm doing. So follow them if you'd like. Don't follow them if you don't want to. But they are making money. Let's go and check out some basketball. We got Tatum over 7.5 rebounds, but that 2 days ago, I think the line has moved drastically. Let's see. Tatum, best line is at minus 105. So it's moved 10 points. I don't really like that anymore. I did, however, bet Draymond Green over 7.5 rebounds a few days ago at plus 110. The line is still sitting at plus 110 over at MGM. Didn't do a ton in the last series, but the prior series, he was averaging close to double-digit rebounds, playing not huge amount of minutes because he's been fouling out. Games have been blowouts. Do I think he fouls out here? I don't think so. I think this line is too low, especially getting plus odds on it. I bet it all the way to minus 105. I really like this line here. 7.5 rebounds, just too low. Robert Williams, under 0.5 assists. Let's see what the line is sitting at now. All the way moved to minus or plus 150. So it's moved 20 points. Probably marginal plus EV in this spot. I mean, the guy really is either seems to get 3 or 0. Don't know how many minutes he's going to be playing in this series. Has gotten under 0.5 in 1, 2, 3, 4 of the last 5 games. Not a huge assist guy. So under 0.5 assists at plus 150, I still think offers some value. Plus 170 offers massive value. I'm rolling with it. Andrew Wiggins over 1.5 threes. I got it plus 100 over at Caesars. Let's see what we have it at. Wiggins. Yeah, we have it projected for 211 and it's still sitting at plus 100 over at Caesars. I mean, Wiggins isn't the biggest three-point shooter. I mean, there's a lot of three-point shooters here. Wiggins played great in the last round of the playoffs.
Sorry, could you...
Darn watch trying to listen to me. Yeah, 7 shot attempts in the last one. Didn't end up getting one. But 3, 5, 5, 8, 5. He's been hitting this over at a decent clip. Plus 100. I'm going with it. Not the biggest positive EV, but still positive EV. Marcus Smart under 14.5 points. Obviously, this is going to be, I think, a lower scoring series here. We currently have him projected for slightly over. You can now get it plus 102 over at FanDuel, which makes it even better. 4 points of line movement is pretty solid. I'd roll with that. Any questions you guys have, feel free, throw them in chat, or else I'm just going to motor on through these things. Kevin Looney under 7.5 points. That's minus 128 over at FanDuel. You can get minus 130 now. It's moved. No, it's still at minus 128 over at FanDuel. I don't know why this isn't showing up as the best line. I'm going to refresh here. Let's see. Scrolling down. There we go. Now it's showing up. minus 128. Most other places 155, 145, 140. Minus 128 is a pretty solid line, but it's weird. I'm going with the under on that, the over on over 18.5 points, rebounds, assists. Still sitting at plus 105 over on Caesars. Full point above that on pretty much every other site, or MGM 30 points of juice difference at MGM. The under is actually the same as the over on Caesars. So Caesars, for some reason, has not adjusted on this line to what other sports books are doing. Offshore has it at 9.5 because, I mean, for obvious reasons, Looney has been just absolutely crushing the boards recently. 18, 6, 12, 12, 5, 22. Over the last 6 games, he's hit the over on just rebounds alone once and came within a half point on the other. Can still get some points, but it's a tougher matchup here going up against Williams offensively. He'll still do a lot on the defensive rebounding side of things. He's still getting 3 assists per game. So 18 rebounds is just a bit too low. Draymond Green over 0.5 3-pointers. Talked about this a second ago. At Superbook, if you're in Arizona, if you're in Colorado, I can't remember where else it's at. But you can get this line at plus 164. They're only going to let you get $100 on it. But you might as well hit that because the second closest spot or odds are over at DK at plus 155. It's just too low of a line. You can get at Caesars at 155 now. DK has actually moved the odds after I bet it. But yeah, so Draymond Green over 0.5 3-pointers actually has more playoff 3-pointers than Michael Jordan. Fun fact for you there. Doesn't shoot a ton, but I think in this series he's going to have to do a little bit more offensively because there are a lot more good defenders on the Boston side of things. So Steph, Clay, Poole, all going to be in a little bit worse shape here offensively. Getting at plus 155 odds or 164 if you can still get it at Superbook offers some decent positive ROI. That's it. Outside of I took the Warriors money line. DraftKings has a promo where it's you just bet $100 up to $100 the money line. If they lead at any point by 10 points but lose the game, you still win. NBA Finals Game 1, get up 10, you win is the name of the promo. I'll bring it over here. It's this one right there. Click on it. Yeah, go on in there. Yeah, that's basically it for basketball. Again, guys, got any questions? Feel free to ask them. If you want these bets just quicker, go on over to Grant's Action Lounge. It's in the Discord, scoresandodds.com/Discord. Or I think if you have RG Premium, you still get access to it. But all these bets are already in here. So if you don't want to listen to me talk, break things down, or if you're too cheap to pay for premium, they're right there. Let's see, Cardinals versus Cubs over 9 runs. I mean, it's really not great pitchers here. We got Thompson, not great, gives up a ton of hard contact going up against a team with a lot of guys who can bomb the ball. And then Liberatore on the other side hasn't been great. He's supposed to be a little bit better. Let's look up his Fangraphs page. Liberatore Fangraphs. Pulling it up. This guy's young. Could end up being real good. Grades out as a solid overall strikeout pitcher. Hasn't fared great so far in the majors. Very small sample size. Pretty much going to be about a league average pitcher this year. The over-under sitting at 8. I took 9 at plus 140 over at Caesars. I think that's better odds than rolling with the 8. But yeah, and then bets over 1.5 total bases, minus 108. It's Super Draft. Let me see where the second best line is in case you guys don't have Super Draft in your state. MGM sitting at minus 110. I think I actually occasionally I'll throw in here, not the line I bet, but the line that most people can bet. So yeah, I got it here at MGM. Let's see if the line's moved at all. No, still saying minus 108 over at Superbook, minus 110 over at MGM. But solid overall line. And if no one has anything else to say, I'm going to get on out of here. It's a fun. Be back tomorrow with Dean. We're out of here.